So now coming to the topic which we have dealing with the environmental issues, and in that it is air pollution, where we were reading about the where we were learning about or studying about the air pollution and its effects. Okay, air pollution and its effects. So learning about the effects, where we have still now learned about the chlorosis and defoliation of the leaves. We'll further learn about how the effect takes place on the plants, how the effect takes place on the plants. Okay, the effects of air pollution, which we have till now learned that the chlorosis and the defoliation takes place. Next, coming to effects of air pollution. What happens happens rather than of affecting the plants? Okay, how does these pollutants affect or this air pollution affects the different resources or the different parts like the water, how it affects the water, how it affects the rain, how it affects the human beings, how it affects the other organisms. Okay, so first coming to in human beings, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen causes eye irritation, nasal irritation, chronic cough, and bronchitis. Okay, so can you effects, the different effects of air pollution, now again coming to in human beings what it does. Okay, in human beings what it does, the oxides of sulfur, like there can be nitric acids, nitrates, the sulfuric acid. So these type of different oxides can cause eye irritation, nasal irritation, chronic cough, eye irritation, a kind of irritation or a burning of eyes. It can be nasal irritation where allergies, sneezing, any such of the things can occur because of these pollutants. Chronic cough. Chronic is something means continuous. Okay, chronic means continuous. Please write down this. Please write down this points and take. Please write down these points and take. Note down these points so it will be easy for you to understand it better later once you read it again. So chronic means continuous for a very long period of time. If it is exists, then it is called as chronic. Okay, for a very long period of time, if it exists, then it's called as chronic. Chronic cough. Okay, then it is called as chronic cough. Then it is called as chronic cough. The other one is bronchitis. Okay, other one is bronchitis. Uh, that is also a disease or a issue which is related to lungs, which can cause it can cause respiratory problems, breathing problems, wheezing in the human beings, where the short of breath can also occur. Bronchitis is something which is related to the alveolar region of the respiratory system. Where it affects through that part where the purification of the air takes place. Okay, the purification of the air takes place where inhalation and the exhalation of the air becomes difficult. Where the inhalation and the exhalation of the air becomes difficult. Okay, so in human beings, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen causes eye irritation, nasal irritation, chronic cough. Chronic cough, that is for a continuous time or a very longer period of time, the cough remains. Okay, for a very long period of time, the cough. And the bronchitis is nothing but where there can be a problem as such, breathing problem, wheezing, where the loss of breath or a problem in breathing, exhalation and inhalation takes place. Okay, exhalation and inhalation takes place. These are the few of those effects which is or which can affect the human beings because of the air pollution or the air pollutants. Okay, so some of those are Some of those also are asthma, the lung cancer, and the various other problems which is interrelated to the respiratory system. So in human beings, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen causes eye irritation, nasal irritation, chronic cough. Chronic means for a very long period of time or a continuous period of time the cough remain. And one is bronchitis, where the inhalation and exhalation of the air becomes difficult. Okay, the kind of a wheezing also, where the short of breath also remains. Whereas short of breath also remain, where a kind of a wheezing or the short of breath also remains. One of the other effect is oxides of sulfur and nitrogen react with rainwater and causes acid rain. Okay, causes acid rain. You must be very much aware about acid rain, must have studied this in your previous classes as well, and must have read this in the newspapers as well, because few of the monuments, one among them is Taj Mahal, which was affected due to acid rain. You must have read that news as well, how it was damaged because of the acid rain. What actually happens here? How the acid rain occurs, or how it takes place? Okay, so oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. Okay, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. Uh, those react with the rainwater or the water molecule and causes the acid rain. And causes the acid rain. So if it is asked for you that what causes acid rain, then this answer is the oxides of sulfur and nitrogen reacts with rainwater and causes the acid rain. Oxides of sulfur, that is sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, any such oxides, and the oxides of nitrogen reacts with rainwater and causes the acid rain. So, when I'm saying you that how these oxides of sulfur and nitrogen react with rainwater and cause the acid rain, you can also see the picture over there here. Here you can see one picture over here. So what happens is the oxides of that is the nitrogen or the sulfur, which is being emitted out from the industries, from the automobiles, from the vehicles, or from the household, are being uh, are being going into the atmosphere, that are being left out in the atmosphere. What happens is the dry deposition of these gases takes place on this clouds. Okay, these harmful gases comes out from the automobiles and the industries, come out in the atmosphere, and these harmful gases now go and deposit on this cloud. The dry deposition takes place. This but where these gases go and deposit here is called as dry deposition. Okay, these gases which comes out from the industries and from the automobiles come out and deposit on the clouds, and that part is called as dry deposition. Okay, that is called as dry deposition. The harmful gases such as the sulfur and nitrogen, when they come out of the industries or from the automobiles which are emitted from there, what happens is they go and deposit on this clouds. That particular process is known as dry deposition. Next, what happens is this sulfur and nitrogen react with the rainwater. The clouds which were having the water molecules, they react with it, forming sulfuric acids, forming nitric acids. Okay, so this sulfur and nitrogen reacts with the water molecules, forming the sulfuric acids, nitric acids, and this process is known as the wet deposition. Okay, this process is known as the wet deposition, where it reacts with the water, forming acids, that is the nitric acids or the sulfuric acids, and come down as rain, snow, and sleet. Okay, rain, snow, and sleet. This oxides of sulfur and nitrogen reacts with the water, giving out sulfuric acids and this nitric acids, and combine with the rainwater, combine with the snow, and or combine with the sleet, and come down into the earth surface. Come down into the earth surface, and which can affect the agricultural land, which can affect the crops, which can affect the monuments, and also can affect the human health, animal health, and the plants as well. Okay, so what happens in this acid rain is oxides of sulfur and nitrogen react with rainwater and causes the acid rain. Now, how it causes is the harmful gases which are emitted out from the industries, from the automobiles are being sent into the atmosphere. When these sulfur and hydrogen oxides are sent into the atmosphere, they go and deposit on the clouds. They go and deposit on the clouds, which is known as dry deposition. Which is known as dry deposition. Later, what happens is when these particles of sulfur and nitrogen go and deposit on the clouds, they get intermixed or mixed with the combined with the water molecules present in the clouds. Water molecules present in the clouds giving out sulfuric acids and nitric acid. Okay, giving out sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Later, what happens is this sulfuric acid and nitric acid gets combined with the water molecules and come down as a rain, snow, and sleet. Come down as a rain, snow, and sleet. Now, the rain you are very aware about how it when the condensation takes place, the rain, you can get the rains usually in the some of those seasons, from those monsoon seasons you can have the rains where the water comes down due to condensation. Now snow, you all are aware about snow, where some of these places, some of those particular places only you get the snows and hailstorms as well. Where about what is sleet? Okay, so must be a new word as well. Sleet must be a new word as well. What is sleet? Sleet is a rain containing some ice or snow. Okay, sleet is something rain containing rain containing rain containing some ice. Okay, rain containing some ice. It comes down as along with the rain. It contains also the ice and also the snow as well, and it melts down and falls onto the earth's surface. Okay, sleet is nothing but rain containing some ice along with it, where it melts down and come down as a rain as well. Okay, it melts down as comes down as a rain on the earth's surface. Okay, now what happens is when this acid combined water or acid combined rain or acid combined snow or sleet comes down on the earth's surface, it affects the human health. It affects the human health. It affects the crops. It affects the agricultural lands. It affects the monuments. Okay, it affects different resources of the earth. Okay, it affects the different resources of the earth. The highly polluted urban cities usually experience acid rains. Okay, usually experience acid rains. So oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. Okay, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, it can be sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, and some other oxides of nitrogen as well, reacts with the rainwater and causes the acid rain. What happens here is the oxides of sulfur and nitrogen emitted out from the industries, from the automobiles, go on to deposit on the clouds, go on to deposit on the cloud. That is known as dry deposition. That is known as dry deposition. Later what happens is, as the dry deposition takes place, these oxides of sulfur and nitrogen This oxides of sulfur and nitrogen gets combined with the water, giving out sulfur dioxide and also nitric acid, which later comes down as a rain, snow, or sleet. Which where the acid combined water comes down as a rain, snow, and sleet, and this process is known as wet deposition. Okay, this process is known as wet deposition, where the acid gets combined with the rain, snow, and sleet. Sleet is nothing but rain containing some ice along with it. Okay, which later melts down and comes down on the Earth's surface. Sleet is nothing but rain containing some ice along with it, which later melts down and comes down on the Earth's surface. So this acid gets combined with the rain, snow, and sleet. Okay, this acid gets combined with the rain, snow, and sleet and come down onto the Earth's surface. Now, what are the effects this acid rain causes on the human beings, on the human health, on the agricultural land, on the monuments, on the crops? These are the other resources of the Earth as well. The acid rain causes uh, the problems or the issues. Okay, so effects of the air pollution in human beings: oxides of sulfur and nitrogen causes eye irritation, nasal irritation, chronic cough, that is for the continuous period of time the cough sustains or a very long period of time the cough remains in humans, that is called as chronic is nothing but continuous. Okay, bronchitis, some of them is a loss of breath or wheezing or problems in breathing, exhalation and inhalation which takes place